Okay, we're being attacked. So hopefully it's working.
No, we're fine. I'm gonna just start with my crappy crap copper.
So we totally didn't just spend 2 freaking hours trying to get everything working.
No, it's fine. It is what it is.
Hello everyone, welcome. I am playing Terraria with Ivan Von Baron.
Von Norman,
sorry.
No, it's actually Ivan Van Norman, but
Van Norman.
you know, Von Baron Von Norman is a totally reasonable name.
Hey, I knew it was Ivan, okay? For me, that's an accomplishment. And the original plan was you were going to play Dead Space 3, but he couldn't find his copy, so he's now digitally downloading it, and in the meantime, we're playing Terraria.
Right, because Terraria is awesome.
Yes, Terraria is awesome.
Totally worth the time. So,
it is.
It's one of the...
Yeah, go
ahead. No, you speak.
As you can tell, I'm a total expert. I was just going to say, it looks like they've actually updated quite a lot since I last played. The trees look way different, for one thing.
Yeah.
The graphics
they had a recent patch. Oh man, see, this is because I have my other character that I play on the server with my girlfriend, and my character's like so OP, so it's so weird starting from scratch over again.
I know, but it makes you appreciate everything. What is that? Is that a monster?
It's a
what is
face
that?
monster.
I've never seen that before.
And he is unhappy.
Oh gosh! It's making scary noises.
Stay there. Because if we hit him at the same time, there you go. There we go.
My fingers are already tired.
There is flesh covering the walls on this side, for the record.
That's really
gross. See? Yeah, look at all that flesh covering the walls. This is terrifying. I've never been in this world before.
Neither have I.
Yeah, let's go back to Happy Land.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back to slimes. I can handle slimes. Anyway, so you wanna introduce yourself, Ivan?
I'm a guy who does things on occasion. I make games.
Oh god! Oh god! It's following us. Sorry. I hate those things. They're so creepy.
This is totally. I'm also. What is it called? A chimera. We're also totally gonna get pwned by this thing.
At least he flies like he's drunk, so we might have a chance.
I make games on occasion, and occasionally do videos with peeps, and I mostly do like old school analog stuff, but I am not above a good game of Terraria like this on an occasion. Alright, we need to dig.
Yeah.
We need to, like, get below. I started making a little hole over here.
We need to get our 7 dwarves on.
Right. I mean, we can start. Do you want to do like an underground layer, or do you want to do like an above ground layer?
I like doing above ground, but you know what? This is a game that I like to just kind of zone out.
Dude, you're also drawing it up with this character, so we have to get you in the underground.
That's true. I need to go find some females to subjugate me and some giant spiders to use as mounts.
Right, exactly. Awesome. I mean, you wouldn't be a good drow if you weren't part of the warrior.
Ah!
Did you just fall and die?
I found the ground.
Oh, great. Okay, and I'm also stuck, so I'm
Don't worry, it's on softcore, so literally all we have to worry about is losing all our money. Yeah.
Right. This is the muns. Okay, well that worked out really well.
Good.
So I'm gonna go back to starting to dig my little land over here instead. Let's do that. Let's do that.
You're trying to dig under a tree, you know that, right?
I know, and I gotta chop the tree up first. There we go.
Okay, good.
All right.
You do know the basics. Oh, look, the guy's about to die. Aw. He stopped. I wanted to see him fall. Good, he's dying.
He was, he actually covered up the area with, I covered up the area so that you don't just fall immediately to your death.
But I like falling to my death.
Well, it's fun.
Darkness, no parents. Anyway.
Darkness.
I finally saw that movie, so. Anyway, back to a brief introduction. Yes, Ivan was sorry, I'm not saying this in like a name-dropping way, but Ivan was on the King of the Nerds, which I auditioned for and did not get into because I wasn't nerdy enough.
Which is crap, but that's fine. I mean, you just need to keep doing it because honestly, it's they're gonna do in their 3rd season right now, and it's gonna get better. Like it's gonna steadily grow.
I don't know. You said some really awesome stories at your GamerCon panel where we met, where how you had to like make your own. What was it? You had to make your own coffee can
Oh,
opener.
we totally had to make our own coffee. Yeah, because they didn't have coffee. Nor did we have plumbing.
And it was in a condemned building.
And it's totally in a condemned building, which was off. Which was really it made for it made for like
a Silent Hill-ish vibe, maybe.
You know, you're gonna just keep going down. You're not gonna be able to get out.
I'm a drow. I can't help it.
I just need to keep digging. But yeah, it was very character building, not having toilets.
Well,
you
yeah,
know.
and I mean that is what really excites me about the idea of the show is that, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. Shut up. Anyway.
No.
You're expecting too much from me.
What excites you about the show?
Well, like you were saying in your GamerCon panel, that the two guys that made the show, they actually have respect for the people that are on the show. It's not just a let's make fun of everybody.
It's because it's Robert Carradine and Curtis Armstrong, because they're the coolest guys on the planet.
And he's totally not kissing butt. No, I'm just kidding.
No, seriously, like I will kiss their butt any day of the week because they deserve all that cred, yo.
Yeah, and that's really a nice thing when you meet people in the biz or whatever you want to call it who don't forget to be decent people. Oh my God, there's a squirrel! I don't remember squirrels. Sorry, I am literally a dog.
The squirrel.
I am literally a dog. Anyway. I accidentally attacked the butterfly. And then I killed it. That part wasn't accidental. I was putting it out of its misery.
I finished it off for you.
Oh,
so.
Okay, good. We're slaughtering nature. Slaughtering nature together.
Alright, I got a workbench up. We're gonna do this.
Okay.
Benches up.
Benches. Bench is the most important.
It begins. The process begins. And I need a wooden hammer. Wooden hammer. Now I need a chair. Making a chair.
Really? You need a chair?
Chair. Yeah, I need that chair.
It's that important.
That chair is important to me. I need stone so that I might build my walls.
I can't remember how to use things.
Yeah, you just gotta hit escape and then go to the workbench, and then you should have like a little area right next to it.
Oh, that is different. Okay. See, my problem is I've been playing Starbound, which Ivan somehow had not heard of, even though Terraria is his jam, which of course is the game made by Chucklefish, which is Finn/Thierry's, however you say it, company, which has similarities to Terraria, but it's definitely not identical. For one thing, you actually go to different planets in Starbound.
Sweet. Yeah, and then what is it? But is it still one of those you're kind of like collecting resources and making stuff type of systems? It is, but
there's also a much more sophisticated combat. There's different races, which I really like. There's the plant people, the Florins, who I actually made a cosplay outfit before the game ever came out. And it was funny because everyone was like, "Are you Old Greg? What are you?" And then the game came out and they're like, "Oh,
yeah, Old Greg. I totally met Old Greg at a convention. He was cool. We had a good time.
That's good.
He showed me his mangina, so...
and you were never the same.
I was never the same. So why aren't we playing that game now? Because that sounds awesome.
I don't know, because you don't have it.
So you don't have it, and you're in beta, and I'm not in beta?
Well, you could get the beta. No, you just got the bunny!
Oh, well, Bunny was in my way.
Terrible person.
Bunny was totally not getting out of my way with the stone blocks.
Yeah, blame the rabbit. The rabbit had it coming. But no, yeah, we definitely should, because I mean, I'm not an expert at Starbound by any means, but I've played a lot of it, and I would love to introduce you to it because it's a really fun game. And it's hard to explain why I like it. I like the fact that there's so many different possibilities as far as what the worlds can look like, because there's all these different kinds of biomes and creatures. And I also love that it's more realistic in that, and creatures aren't guaranteed to want to kill you. Some of them just want to exist. They don't really give a crap about you either way.
Right.
Whereas games like this, everything wants to kill you.
Everything wants you dead.
Like this zombie who's chewing on my head.
Do I have enough wood for a door? No, I do not. Lava.
You are a lot more thoughtful in how you play this game. I'm just like hitting all the buttons, gathering all the resources. Oh, I died. Oh well. Ow!
Yeah, that totally happened to you.
Like I said, I am the best at this
game. Got him.
I am the best.
Poking.
Freezing.
More zombies. Oh jeez. Get out of here. This wooden sword is bonk, dude.
Oh, that's another nice thing about Starbound. Not that this is, rag on Terraria, talk about Starbound Corner, but the weapons, when you create weapons, there's a lot of variation, and like it'll end up with different kinds of powers. Kind of like how, not to bring other games into the mix, but kind of like how when you can, I can't see anything right now.
Yep, come back to the light.
But there's a star! There's a star! Okay, we're good. But when you you enchant in Minecraft, you know how you can end up with like a really powerful weapon. Well, you have the same thing in Starbound, except you don't have to wait till like the end of the game to get to that. That's right at the beginning.
More stars.
So, I have to get the shiny. I have to get the shiny. Okay.
It's okay. Now we have hopefully a little more. I just need a little more wood. So I'm gonna go chop some more stuff. Oh, Oka and a zombie. Here's your gravestone as well too.
Thank you. I collect those.
Do you?
I collect symbols of my mortality.
Symbols of your mortality. Yup.
I have to remind myself. So
what
I
are
stay
you
humble.
doing?
I don't know.
Why are you? I'm trying to make a safe zone for us.
Oh, okay. There was a wall, and I had a pick in my hand, and stuff happened. Okay, you know what? I was claustrophobic. I'll fix it.
It just needed. You just needed more space.
I'll fix it.
That's okay. There. Just put another one there, so I can get a door in here. Door. Put another stone. There you go.
There, I fixed it. All is well. Don't hate me.
Bunny, move it.
This is why people don't let me make things. I'm just on gather resource duty.
You're just on gather resource. That's fine. That's
I'm
okay.
basically a bot. I'm basically a bot. I brought you a friend. I'm a bot.
That's fine. There we go. Now you can come inside if you want, because
come
theoretically.
Come inside. Yeah, but it's boring just waiting for daylight.
No, well, yeah.
Carpe diem, Ivan.
Ah.
Or carpe nightem. That guy has a fishbowl.
Wait till you see when the night is dark and full of terrors, and stuff gets crazy.
Ah! Sorry.
Yeah. Because see, then that happens, and then you'll wish you had a safe place to go to.
Dark and full of. We should all kill all our gods and worship the sun god, and sleep with that super hot lady in red. Sorry. Did I say that?
Nope. Flap, flap.
You were removed from the world.
If it like Game of Thrones, then I would want to get out of that world immediately.
Really? Yeah, me too.
Seriously, man. Like, unless you're like one of 5 people in that world, you screwed.
No character is safe.
No character is safe.
No character is safe. No, it's funny though, because I see posts, like, girls will be like, oh, I wish I lived in Game of Thrones so I could wear outfits like that every day. I'm like, no. Come to Red Fair, try wearing that outfit like that one day. One day, and then on top of that, then deal with all of the amazing things that all the women get to deal with, you know? Yeah. Have fun having no rights, unless you marry, like, a rich dude, and...
and then the only way that you gain power is through using your side boob, to your massive advantage in every circumstance.
Well, that's still true.
In Game of Thrones, side boob dominates all. So
more than the lesbian porn sequences. While you're getting plot exposition, and that was a defining moment for me. I think it was season 1.
I'm just saying Lady Margaret's got great side boob. That's all I was trying to get at. Yeah. She wants to be queen, and she's using her side boob to her advantage. Yeah. But yeah, you can keep going on about the lesbian exposition. The sexposition scenes. Sexposition
scenes are hilarious. And kind of insulting, to be honest. Making the assumption that you need like nakedness going on to actually pay attention. I mean, I don't mind it.
I'm totally paying attention to you right now, is what I'm doing, as I'm trying to avoid dying. This is so harder at the beginning.
I pay attention and value your opinion. I value you as a woman. I value you more when you're naked, but, whatever.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm gonna get you in trouble with your girlfriend, I'm sorry.
No, it's great. It's wonderful. As it should be.
I'm Inappropriate Cleo. That's my new nickname that I just made up.
Yeah, it's too dark. I can't do the darkness. You probably have the torch now. No, there's plenty of trouble to be had, and under no circumstances will I shy away from naked trouble. So, because these things are as many want in the world. Get in there, you!
Ah! Sorry. I found the zombie again. I keep falling to this pit every time.
Yeah, well, because you keep digging pits.
I'm a drow!
I have to just dig holes.
See, this is what happens when I play games like Terraria. Like, I just completely lose all of my brain cells and just attack things and die and gather resources.
See, and that's maybe circumstances in which we could have done Orcs Must Die.
We could have. How about we wait till morning and then we could try Orcs and see if it comes out better.
Okay, that's fine. Because at this point, seriously. Although, you do have a more amped up character, right? Beyond just this one.
I do, but I haven't played in a very long time, so.
That's fine. Well, I was going to suggest that we need to do this with our dope characters. Yeah, with our souped up characters.
You can do that. Is there a way to look at my inventory before I pick that character, or do I have to log in with that character?
You gotta log in with that character. Do you have like 6 or 7 characters?
Yes,
okay. See, you'll find out quickly though, because you can just drop out and then go grab a new character to log in with.
Can I? But won't that kick you out if I leave?
No. I mean, the point is we'll do that. We'll host a different server.
Oh, okay.
We'll get more peeps involved.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, now that I know we're going to be playing Terraria, I can remember how to play. I was all ready for Dead Space 3, which is funny because I tried to play a little bit by myself last night so that I would be a little bit prepared. I played about 10 minutes and I was like, "Okay, I'm too scared. Bye."
Yeah, and see, that's the thing is like, as much I love Dead Space 3, but I refuse to play a lot of these games unless it's like legitimately nighttime outside.
Oh my god, you are way braver than me. I remember I almost played Silent Hill 4 all the way through. That was the only Silent Hill I ever managed to get anywhere. And I played it at a time when we were living in a motel because we were waiting for our other house to be ready. I think I was 14 or something like that. And I played it, I was living downstairs because it was like a 2-story apartment, or not apartment, hotel room, which sounds really weird. It wasn't nearly fancy as it sounds.
2-story, yeah.
It was not as sweet. It was just weirdly designed. And so I was sleeping on the couch, and literally my parents were like 10 feet away, and yet I could barely play. Broad daylight, parents 10 feet away.
Silent Hill scared the crap out of me. I mean, but I remember when I was 12, and I played, my stepbrother played Resident Evil for the first time. And he showed it to me because I was just visiting him. He lived in Vegas at the time, and I was just visiting him because he was family. Sweet.
I wish I had a brother.
This is going to end well. But the point is after spending many hours watching him play said Resident Evil, I was terrified. And by the time I got home, I was so scared, so scared that I couldn't even bear to like watch anymore. And it developed. That started my fear of zombies. And so the only way that I got past that ever is I had to go and play through the whole game by myself and beat it, and then eventually I was able to conquer the fear. So,
I totally have this image of you like surrounded by Mountain Dew cans with Eye of the Tiger playing, and you're just like powering through the game. Yeah. Eye of the Tiger, gonna beat this game.
Except it wasn't Eye of the Tiger, it was like terrifying Resident Evil music with like and the ominous sound of the PlayStation booting up, which I now associate with fear every single time I hear.
Dude, those PlayStation commercials were creepy.
Yeah, because when it would like do that initial like kind of like in the first PlayStation had that weird boot up sound where it was the simple and beautiful thing that it was hard to not think of Resident Evil when there we go, get it.
I admit I didn't get into Resident Evil until 4, which I got on Wii, and I loved.
Yeah, I mean 4 is great, but it's not the original survival horror experience.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, sir. You're right. Oh my god.
It's great. It's honestly, it's a beautiful game, and I really enjoyed it. I just wish in a beautiful way that you had gotten to have that same.
Well, I did with Silent Hill though. That's the thing, because I started with the very first Silent Hill. And actually, that's how I got into Let's Plays, is I was watching Let's Plays of Silent Hill, because every time I try to play myself, I'd just be like, nope, nope, no, nope, 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 nope. Yeah, I actually got all the way to the end of... the place I stopped at 4 was when you get back to the apartment and the walls are covered in flesh.
Okay, awesome.
I could not get past that point.
Oh man, I mean, I couldn't even get past some of the first portions of it. Like, for some reason, you know, creepy demon babies. Like, that's something I can't really handle very well.
See, luckily I read ahead of the game. I actually like wikied the crap out of it, and I read all about all the monsters and everything like that, because I'm actually really fascinated by the mythos. I'm terrified, but I'm fascinated. And I learned that you only get the demon babies if you put that creepy doll in the thing. Ooh,
it's the fucking mystery, dude. Like, the mystery is what makes these games so good. Like,
yeah, but you were brave enough to play it by yourself, so.
Well, I guess I'm just one of those guys that just is like, if I feel like it's something that's going to challenge me, then I'm just going to do it and just see what happens, and damn the consequences.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm sure someone watching this would be like, that's the difference between guys and girls. Be like, no, I know girls who are way braver than that.
Absolutely. And to be fair, like, I know so many of my... And again, I had to keep a baseball bat next to my bed for months after my stepbrother showed me Resident Evil. So I was so scared, and really at some point I felt like I was inoperable without finishing the game. Like, I had to do it just so that I could move on with my fucking life.
Oh.
You know? And that was... Yeah, so it's less about bravery and more about necessity.
Well, I was just thinking, and everyone's always talking about how video games cause violence, blah, blah, blah. People don't really look at the psychological damage.
The
of, like, being afraid to go into dark spaces because of Silent Hill or whatever. I mean, that can be anything. That can be horror movies or whatever, but for me, that's not drown ourselves in sand, by the way. For me, that's what really... That's the biggest difference between games and everything else, because with games and movies and stuff like that, it's going to be the same with movies and books, it's going to be the same regardless of your involvement. But with video games, if you're not actively controlling your character, you're never going to get past that point. Yeah,
what? I'm sorry, I was digging a lot of sand and totally was paying attention.
That's okay. I've been studying a lot too. But no, like, when you are playing a horror game and you leave the room or whatever, your character's dead. You know, and you have to be actively paying attention to what's happening, especially if it's a game that has logic involved as well, which, you know, a lot of the Silent Hills, not only are you fighting these hell creatures or whatever, you're also having to look for clues and figure out, you know, riddles and whatnot, and it's way more involving than a movie where you can literally just, like, leave the room for 20 minutes, come back, and it's at the end of the movie.
Hooray, interactive nightmares.
And, you know, like, even with books, like, obviously the book, you have to read to get through the book, but with the exception of Choose Your Own Adventure, you know, you're not changing what's happening to the protagonist.
I actually have a lot of we do a survival horror role-playing game that's, tabletop. And then on top of that, like, there's a couple other really good ones out there that are good for, like, simple sessions that you can explore, like, a ghost story type of environment. And, like, have you ever heard of Dread at all by any chance?
It sounds familiar. I do not have that much experience with traditional games, but I'm sure if I, put this video out there, someone's going to have heard of it. Go ahead and tell us about it.
No, Dread's like it's a single session role playing game, or it's built. I wouldn't say it's single session, but it's built good for single sessions.
So like kind of 3 or 4 hour kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a choose your own. It's like a choose your own adventure, except for instead of in the traditional role-playing sense, like, people are making choices and you're checking to see if people succeed in those choices or not, like you do in role-playing games. But instead of it being like a dice roll, where you would normally roll dice to determine the outcome and then, compare it to a number, Dread makes it so that you pull a block from a Jenga tower.
Whoa, that's weird.
And the Jenga tower, if you pull the block, you succeed. you know.
Right.
But
so basically, as you play, it gets more and more difficult to not die.
Right, because as you kind of let on, as soon as the tower dies, or as soon as the tower falls, your character's dead.
That is... Who thinks of that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a beautiful thing. So you're talking about being too scared to go home, and I immediately thought, I recently joined another Pathfinder game, and it was so funny because I was so scared to drive home after we had the session where we were fighting this demon creature. And it's really a beautiful testament to the power of imagination.
Yeah.
When you have a good DM who just sets the mood, and that is a beautiful thing. A beautiful, unique thing to role-playing games, especially tabletop, although video games are definitely slowly getting there, where you have these chances of experiencing new worlds that are limited only by your imagination.
Right.
And that sounds all hippy-dippy, but...
It's true. It's true.
It's true.
We are totally doubling back on ourselves here. This is kind of,
We're talking.
different.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, it's good. This is exploratory.
This is something for... This is basically our lesbian sex scene for people to watch while we're discussing stuff.
It's I'm having a lot of fun, but it's just not quite sexy enough, I have to tell you. And but I guess it'll do its job because at least they get to look at you and not look at me right now. So.
Well, you're gonna send me the file though, and I'm gonna edit it in.
Oh, that's right, duh. Because you're right, my face will be here.
Yeah, they get to see your sexy face. Oh,
Woo!
Getting you all of the trouble with your girlfriend. No, just kidding.
Woo!
Woo! Hopefully, I look okay. I'm actually sweating buckets right now. I had to
Oh
turn
my god,
on
it's so hot.
Yeah,
It's so hot.
freaking summer just... speaking as a nerd who hates sunlight and heat, can summer just not exist? I mean, I know we need it to, like, grow crops, blah, 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 but can we just, like, have
We're not
other...
growing crops. There's no crops right now. There's no water to grow crops.
I know, all the water went into the Ice Bucket Challenge. Boom!
Oh, shit.
I actually heard that it's now a $500 fine if they catch you in California doing the Ice Bucket Challenge because the drought's so bad, which I am just pumping my fists because not to get on my soapbox, I'm all for charity and everything like that, but I don't really understand hurting one cause to improve another. Like,
yeah, a lot of people are deciding how they want to do it now. It's
Yeah.
like the decision's still there. Did you see Chris Hardwick do his Bantha
yeah,
melt thing?
yeah. And that's cool too, because it's like, it's more interesting than just seeing everybody do exactly the same kind of format. So, but anyway, not
No
to get on
one's
my
challenged
soapbox.
me, so I'm not doing. I already donated anyway, so I'm
Oh,
fine.
that's good.
So.
And like, my thing too is, I don't have that much money. I would rather actually volunteer, which I have done. I mean, I did a lot of cat volunteer for many years, where I would go to shelters and I would clean up the cat cages and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
if you got the time,
yeah, it's fine. I mean, I've always donated blood. That's just always been my thing.
Aw.
So,
that's
like,
good.
blood's the best way for me to kind of.
I'm anemic,
you know.
so they don't.
There
want my
you
blood.
go. They don't want your blood. Dirty, dirty, tainted blood.
I know, it sucks because my mom, she had to get surgery to get rid of her cancer a couple years ago, and as a sign of solidarity, my dad and I went to give blood, and both of us, they're like, your blood sucks. We don't want your blood. I was like, sorry, Mom, we tried.
I know. I'm an O negative too, so I'm like,
Aw.
I feel like I got some good cells going, but it's all right. You're doing your stuff in other ways. You're doing your time. So. You're gonna help me chunk away at this wall, or are you just gonna stand there and look
I
pretty?
was making torches! I was being useful. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
I was brushing my hair. I was being Legolas. Oh gosh.
Your drowy hair.
My drowy
Look at that.
hair.
All right.
So fabulous. Oh, God.
Have you listened to the free audiobooks yet?
The ones narrated by, what is it, Ice-T?
Oh man, I'm on Ice-T's one right now. I'm having a blast with it. So.
I do need to listen to them. I haven't listened to them, but I did listen to a podcast where he was talking about being on that, and it was hilarious.
What did he say? What did he say?
Oh,
what
he
did
was saying
say?
like he could barely get through a sentence. He's like, what is all this like made up word crap?
You could totally tell. I mean, to be fair, he's a trooper about it. He got through it, man. But yeah, he could tell he's having a hard time with it.
I have a hard time.
But it's amazing because it's fucking Ice-T. So, I
know. Audiobooks, I love audiobooks. I don't work there anymore, but I did have one job where I listened to audiobooks all freaking day as I was working because it was the most mindless job in the world.
Right.
And I was always amazed at how much of a difference it can make with a book. Because, for instance, just going to lay this out there, I'm going to get flayed alive by all the nerds for saying this, but I was not able to get into the Lord of the Rings books when I was trying to read them.
Yeah.
I love the story, but the writing style, for some reason, I just had a really hard time getting into.
It was just thick, right? It was just very thick.
But then I finally found some audiobooks where they had actual professional actors doing it, and all of a sudden I was like, this is awesome. And so I listened to all of the books, and I was so happy.
So so in many ways you're like, perform it for me.
Exactly. Dance for me, monkeys.
Dance for me, monkey. And let me listen to your sweet voice as you tell me stories.
I mean, just give me some guy with a dark British voice, and I'm just like, oh god.
All right.
Oh god.
And
I mean, freaking Dungeon Siege, or not Dungeon Siege, sorry, Dungeon Keeper. Did you ever play that game?
No. Oh yeah. Is that like the weird like sim / RTS?
Sort of like you build your own dungeon, except you can't directly control them. And you've got the really deep. He almost sounds like Tim Curry, but sexier, if you could imagine that. And he's just
That's hard. That's very hard.
And he's just like, your dungeon is full of yogurt, and you're just like, oh, talk to me more. I say that as a woman, but no. Or his Dark Materials series, which is one of my all-time favorite by Philip Pullman. I found this fantastic audiobook where they had a full cast, and they had a different actor for almost every single voice.
Oh, cool.
And it was beautiful.
All-star cast. Yeah, the freaking all-star cast. I mean, I've only listened to a couple of those because they tend to usually just be for, like, books I've already read several times. But, yeah, shut up, slime.
Shut up with your bodily harm. No one wants to hear that. Anyway.
Well, I now that we've broken through the amazing tree forest and doubled back on itself, I could probably go check to see how my Dead Space downloads go.
Alright, so let's wrap this video up. This will be one video by itself. Wah, wah, wah. I'm gonna turn the air on for like 10 seconds because I'm literally a pile of sweat right now.
La 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 la. Alright, I'm coming back. I'm gonna deposit myself in my home. My makeshift home that has gravestones everywhere inside of it.
Can I share? Hey, bro. Okay.
Right.
Done.